Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Call this council meeting to order for August 24th. First order of business is roll call.
Chris Fox.
Here.
Brian Hine.
Here.
Greta Wiggins here. Matt Traeger.
Here.
Dave Sisney.
Here.
Roll call.
Here. Next up would be minutes of approval of the minutes of our August 10th session.
Make a motion to approve those minutes.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded that we approve minutes from our August 10th session. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. Motion carried. Next up, we have any citizen comments this evening?
Okay, I'm Stan Collett. I lived in Lake Near since 1960. I live at 213 Mercer Street. I have a little dilemma. Several years ago, I had 3 police officers come to my door because I had parked in my approach that I paid for and over the sidewalk. Okay, now I have photos here. Now I have a school bus right across the street, right up almost to the street. And half of this isn't even their property. And here's another photo here, and here, that, and this one's another issue too. Now we have, the city council had passed this ordinance of no parking in the yards. A couple of you have been on this board long enough, you remember what you did. It was 9 years ago. January 23rd in 2017, you passed this ordinance 898-2017, section 72-11. No parking in the front yards or driving in the front yards. So what is it?
Just understand your question. You're asking what is.
I'm asking like these photos, now you look the other way for some other people and you didn't for me. Because otherwise that makes, anybody can do it now, right?
And just to clarify your history, sir, were you issued a city ordinance violation?
I had 3 police officers come to my door and inform me that I had to move the car out of my driveway. That's what happened.
Okay.
I would not ticket it.
Okay.
But I've lived here for so long and I see these neighborhoods just deteriorating. And I don't know, it's just too bad.
Just,
And I had called, out at the school, I forgot what his name, Brandon, I'm not sure, yes. And he said, well, he was gonna do it. And I thought, well, does he even live in Ligonier? Does he know that we have an ordinance on this kind of stuff? And if we do have the ordinance, then enforce it, and if you don't, why have any ordinances here in town?
just
Are
understand.
we gonna just cherry pick who we're gonna do?
Just understand the complaint in its totality. The complaint is that you have a neighbor now that's parking his school
A
bus
school bus,
on
yeah,
his property.
on the whole front yard. Correct.
I think generally we operate on a complaint basis, right? So if it's brought to the attention of the police department, they can investigate it. So, Mike, I think. He's aware of it now, so.
Okay.
Chief Crowley will address it.
I'm not sure exact house you're talking about. I know about a week ago, they were up there about a school bus and then on the north side.
Or,
The,
I think,
the officers were up there last week. I think
Were
on
they?
the north side about a school bus. I personally didn't go look, the officers will be back and report back. What, where that?
They did trim there was overgrowth. But now there was a sun living in a camper in the backyard this last October. Now the city knows that
Yeah,
too.
I'm not talking about the camper right now, we're talking about the school bus.
Okay.
I know when the officer over there looked at it, where it was parked, it was actually in a parking spot of the yard, that property.
So if I just throw dirt in the yard,
Technically, if you put limestone down and make it an actual parking spot, then you fit the bill, all right?
okay,
So that's the difference
okay.
between you parking just in the grass or actually making a ditted driveway or whatever you want to call it.
Okay.
Cement it, limestone it, and then house it,
Maybe we'll get my picture back. Here you go. I have pictures of this. Well, thank you for your time.
Thank you, Stan. Next up is, unfinished business, what do we have?
Somebody else had, well, wait, if you raise your hand up.
Is this about me? Is this about the thing that you asked me about?
It's about Crosby Street.
Well,
Yeah,
straight
you're on
line
the
run.
agenda a little bit later here.
You're actually on the agenda. Okay. David asked us to put that on the agenda.
Unfinished business, we have none, new business, and now it's your turn. Please approach the bench and identify yourself, please.
My name is Dustin Kraft. I was here a couple weeks ago to request road closures for the rest of 126. We are wanting to host a 5K race. All of those funds will go towards the Westwood primary. So we will be requesting some more road closures for that day.
Yes, guys, Attorney Francisco Martinez. I'm also a Ligonier resident, and we are a local run club here in Ligonier that we just started recently. And Jessica approached me with this request, right, to come and host a 5K event, and we do have road closure requests. We do have a map here. You guys would like to see that? What's your first name? Yubi Martinez.
I'm Isaac Velasquez. I'm also part of the Run Club Planning Department. I have another map here for reference.
I just like
Velasquez, VELACQUC.
You want to take this, one in there, and the mortgage register, keep right through there, so you can look at that road closure.
Is there a time frame for the close for?
2:30 p.m. to 5 p.m.
That's on the 26th, the same day as the meeting.
Would there be multiple runs essentially going on through this with different age groups, or is this?
One big run.
Okay, well, that's
So
The run will start at full.
that's full,
Yes.
okay. So do we need full road closure up through that point then, before the race starts?
yes, just give us the preparation for the cones and the route setting. Yes.
Oh, That's it. Are you familiar with other races? That looks like a similar.
Exactly what we're gonna mention right now. Yes, Mr. Shepherd did do this last year.
Okay.
And I kind of stole that from him as well. So just to make it simple for you guys to.
Sure. Are both maps the same?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Chief Krause, as you've looked at that, is there any or for that, either one of you guys got?
What day?
September 26th, 2:30 p.m. to 5 p.m. Saturday or Saturday.
That's the same day as the Maker's Mark event.
This is a kickoff event for us.
Okay.
Maybe mark it for us. Take it on.
And you said the primary is the benefactor of the. Correct.
No objections. Chief Crosby,
No, that's fine.
I'll make a motion, we approve the road closures.
I'll second that motion.
It's been moved and seconded that we approve the road closures for the Meeting Christians Run Club. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. Motion carried.
Thank you.
Appreciate everything.
Mike, you have something with police staff? Or Brian, I'm sorry.
Yeah, quite good. Retired police chief and, waiting to start my first day as mayor next Monday. So, I wanted to speak on behalf of the police department and Chief Crosley. It was my plan, to try to add a 13th patrolman, in 2027. So I've done some research in regards to funding and have spoken with Ross at Baker Tilly and with Barb quite a bit about funding. So what Mike is going to propose is the 13th guy. He has, within his budget, he's going to reduce the overtime and part-time staffing budget. The cost of a probationary officer is around $117,000 total a year. I think Chief Crosley is cutting almost 90 of that out of his current budget to cover that 117. The other recommendation from Baker and Tilly that I spoke about last week is they would feel better about this starting this in June of 2027, not necessarily January. What that will allow us to do is have our capital plan meeting in January or February. And if additional things need to be cut, we can do that at that time. But Ross was pretty confident in the funding that we currently have. One reason I would like to see it go through is at least the initial talks we're having in regards to lit money. If the legislators don't change it a lot, we're going to be okay come 2028, 2029. That's actually, our MUST committee has come up with some early numbers for that, and I think it'll be, if they don't change it, like I said, we're going to be okay. I would never ask for this or promote this if it wasn't a need. It is a need. Chief Crosley will explain to you what it'll cost or what it will save in regards to even weekly and daily basis with that 13th guy in regards to overtime and part-time staffing. And we are just like everybody else. Part-time staffing gets harder and harder, and especially in the police business. If somebody has a certification from the Law Enforcement Academy, they're going to work somewhere full-time. Let's face it, right? We would expect them to do that. So, and I'm very confident in saying, and I'm very proud to say this, that we recently hired our first full-time Hispanic officer, and he is working out great. And I'm not going to speak for the chief, but that would be my recommendation next year when this happens, and we would hire our second full-time Hispanic officer. So it's not the fact that we haven't hired them, we haven't had them that wanted to work full-time. So it's obviously great for our community, and it's great for the city. It's great for the people that live here. So it would be my recommendation, after Chief Crosley explains to you his theory on this 13th guy, is to approve it. And we'll do our due diligence January and February and put our capital plan meeting to make sure this works. And I've said from the beginning, public safety is the foundation of any community. If we don't have public safety and the right number of people, everything else starts to crumble. So I would recommend that you approve the 13th guy starting in June of 2027.
And I'll just speak to it for a minute. You know, me, the skeptic, because all I think about is the money that we spend and save. But when they sat down and explained it and showed me the numbers, and I have when we do the labor budget every year, I have this extensive spreadsheet that it has wages, it has every benefit that we offer, insurance, perf, down to what we pay for work comp per person and taxes and everything. And when Mike gave me his numbers, I put that in there, and I didn't even put the wages of the lower wages, I put them in it there at the regular full-time
Sure.
wages. And it honestly, it saves, even with not doing the reduction, because Mike recommended a larger reduction in the overtime and the relief, and I said, I'm gonna leave these a little bit higher, because I don't trust that we would be able to save that much, especially doing it in June, but it was a $10,000 savings just on his personal services, so, you know, you made me believe it.
Thank you.
Thank you, Brian.
Mike Crossley, Lincoln Police Department. To carry on, start with the employee. When you had our last process, we had those three crews deployed. I love that spot, driving spot, we were both on. Crews do not have the academy completed yet. He has that as of last Thursday, he's graduated. So filling that spot, pretty simple, with, in my eyes, from what we already did all the back out and then forward. But the money savings, just putting the 13th guy on is 100%. I can guarantee you another just over 30,000 just out of our relief wages, what he will pick up. And then on the overtime, we're looking at another 40+ thousand. That I can't give you a rock solid number, because it depends on how it plays out each week. But instead of paying a full-time guy to work overtime time and a half, we'll have him available for at least 2 shifts a week. We can float him around to fill in those spots, the vacation or training, so forth. And even looking into it further, which I haven't brought up yet, so I can borrow everybody, is I could actually use them to close up some more of our relief spots. I can do that real easy, but I don't want to shoot ourselves in the foot by eliminating part-time. It's great on our end to have part-time, but when we do have to fill a vacancy, we already know who we've been working with for a period of time working here. So it's not like we're hiring from the general public, who may not know who that person is. We've already got a good selection because we do offer the part-time. So I'm definitely eliminating, or not eliminating, but lowering considerably. So I just don't want to go too far to eliminate it. So if we would lose that, I'd like to still keep some part-time wages. So,
What would the net impact be? Is it 27,000? It's 117 to add.
I think
You were saying
initially we would guarantee 10,000. I mean, it's gonna be more than that, but we don't know, because we wouldn't start them right away in January,
in
not
June,
June,
it's
so it's
gonna
hard
be a
to
little
judge
skewed because it's only,
what's gonna happen in that first 6 months.
yeah, it's not full year.
So what's the net addition? What's the additional? What would that work out to be?
For the,
The savings, like what I could cut.
Well, it's gonna be additional, right? We're adding
Yeah,
a.
no, you're actually,
Or is
what
it a net?
you're cutting, yeah, it's gonna be at least, it's gonna be a $10,000 savings by adding the 13 and cutting
Oh, okay.
the other 2 off of his personal services budget. We think it'll be more. If we were starting right away in January, it probably would be, because you'd be limiting a lot more of the relief wages, but you're still gonna have 5 months of relief and potential overtime. The other advantage you have this year, next year over this year, is crews went to the academy. When you have someone in the academy for 16 weeks, you're paying them, but they're not here. They're not working because they're at the academy. So you had this year 16 weeks of paying someone and then paying extra overtime. So a lot of that will be cut out just with the elimination of not having someone at the
Correct.
academy.
And it's crews currently part-time?
Yeah.
Okay, so it was.
And typically, right, probably the second half of the year becomes a time period where overtime generally is higher. Would that be fair to say?
Yeah. With
More guys
summer,
take it in
summertime, end of the year, where they want to keep what they say, they didn't know stuff.
So a 13th guy could come as a better relief even after June,
And would be,
potentially.
with the 13th guy, what we got looking at right now is gonna be every week, we pick up 2 of those spots. Paying the overtime.
When was the last time a new officer was added, full-time officer was added?
For
We
the
had the
road
second
purpose,
in a row.
for actual road purpose, that's what I'm working, we're trying to do right now. The last one we actually hired 2 worker roads, I think about 10.
16 years ago, and the city's continuing to expand, we know we've got new developments coming as well.
Yes.
Well, one thing I want to remind the council is we currently have 12, we pay for 11. Because the school pays the wage and benefits of 2 officers to equal 1 full-time guy. So we'll be adding the 13 guys. And yes, we still budget for that, but we also receive that miscellaneous revenue to offset that. So you'll be paying for 12 guys full-time.
Do we expect any changes when they close the primary? So they're gonna keep 2.
Yeah.
So you need another patrol car, or you got a reserve to
He's
cover
got
that?
No, we've got the cars right now. Right now, we're good with the vehicles, but I'll be honest with you, if something happens, and we're without a car, the new guy will drive the pool car, drive his car to work, drive the pool car for his shift and go home. That's the way I did it for a long time. Well, everybody did it. So if I don't have money for a car, I'm not pushing for it because I need the manpower on the street. I'm not looking at government cars, so.
But if you reduce your part-time people or the hours they work, you've got 2 full cars and a reserve car.
Yes.
And then as you get a new car, you could maybe not trade in too, so you had a spare one to use for the reserve or the pool, so that you're not really buying a new
Now you
car.
buy one, just mount trade the nicer of the one in.
It's difficult to get some of the part-time guys to cover those shifts, as you touched on, Brian, and aging part-time.
Weekends aren't so much of an issue, but during the weeks, I mean, all of our part-time guys have a full-time day job. So they get here late, come in the second, but I can't get down to the first shift. Just, I mean, they gotta work at 6 o'clock.
I think based on the discussion, based on the utility, as well, knowing what funds can be reallocated, I would make a motion to approve that, 13th position.
Second.
It was,
Okay.
and
Thank you.
Thank you, Mike. Been moved and seconded that we allow the 13th policeman addition, starting in June of 2027. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. Motion carried. Next up, we have our acknowledgement of the July bank regulation fund reports. Everybody had a chance to look those over. Any questions there?
that was my first one in the new software. And it was a little different because it's smarter than me. The old software, if I had, what we call in transit, because we take, online payments and credit card payments, we don't get the money until maybe 2 days after the end of the month. So I always had to account for that by hand and know what that was. Well, the new system, because of, it took me probably 3 days to get the bank credit account working because the new system knows that you have those in transit because they're from their system. And so it was doing that, so I was getting double and I couldn't figure out how I was off, but it was interesting. So now I know how to do it.
That new system makes a lot of sense.
Really does.
Thank you, Laura. Next up is our claims register approval.
I'll make a motion to approve the claims register.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded that we accept the claims register. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay.
Is that- is-
Motion carried. Mike, any got anything else to add?
Nothing else.
Brian? Mike?
Mike Burdette, like an Air Street Department. I know with Culver's in town doing some work on the new trails, they didn't find out on the sidewalk. I do have one other thing for Earl.
You
asked.
Yeah, something with grease on it.
Oh, there you go.
On behalf of the city, Earl, thanks for being a good mayor, good boss.
Hang out at the front of the house.
Hey, there'll be 5 more.
Yeah. Yeah, one correct, right.
Thank you, I really appreciate that. John?
Nothing except to say I really appreciate you, Earl, for everything, being mayor and standing by us, city managers, really appreciate you, thank you.
Thank you, John. Ben?
I have nothing.
Elroy?
Elroy Bass, the building inspector. I know I'm not from there and see, but just to let you know, there's several people have either started the side grant and working on it, or I'm thinking this next meeting, there'll be at least 3 more that want to do the front of the building. So just want you to encourage you to look at those this week as they get them done, and we're trying to work with them, make sure that it's done according to what we would like, I guess. So I'm glad for that. So I think it's a great addition to the city. And also, Earl, I'd like to just let you know that I really appreciate you as a mayor and boss, and good working for you.
Thank you, Elroy. It helps to hold that previous position. Elroy had played 1,000 questions with me several times, and we was able to come up with an answer. And I'm glad to see that sod grants really coming around. I promoted them for years when I was building inspector, and we tried to get more people to participate. And once we got a couple people participating, it, just walks down the street and say, how do you do that? Then they tell them that, hey, the city will help you do it. And finally, it's caught on, and I'm glad to see it and see it downtown improve. Really appreciate it. Matthew?
Nothing, just, my echo, it's been a pleasure serving with you. And appreciate all you've done here for the city and for 10 years. Wish you the best, going forward.
Thank you. Brian?
Same, been a real pleasure to work with you. City inspector, the mayor. I'm right, wish you the best.
Thank you, Chris.
Thank you for your service.
Dave?
Loretta.
They're all the utility plans and then
Ben has an answer, it looks like. Yeah. So, it appears, I heard this through Jeff, the state wanted to go through and have all of 5 through Ligonier surveyed. And so that's what they did. They called it a locate from, classes all the way up past the vet. And so we went out and located everything, and then the survey crew has since come through and essentially remarked everything that all the utilities. So that's what the pink flags are. It is the surveying company's marks.
just to help locate.
Yeah, and then with that information, I think there might be a project that the state does one day, potentially, is what we were told.
I I do have a call, I had somebody from INDOT, or not from INDOT, but somebody who was doing a project for INDOT call me today. I was getting ready to take another call, he would call me tomorrow morning, but I think what he sounds like what he wants to do. And I don't know if it's the 33 project or maybe related to this, but I'll find out. I think he wants to set up a time to meet with the departments. I think we did that one other time when they were initially getting ready for that 33 project. So now that it's kind of getting more in full swing, so I will talk with him tomorrow and find out what that's about, and then get with the department heads and whoever needs to be involved in that too. So maybe it's that, maybe I can find out even more, but I just know. Yeah, everybody's asked.
Yeah, and thank you very much.
Thank you. Barb,
Just thanks for your service, Earl. It's been fun working with you for the past, I don't know how many years since you were building and whatever. I know it's a lot.
Nothing other than a
I've said it before and I'll say it again. It's certainly been my pleasure to be the mayor of Ligonier and having all the support from our department heads. You guys make the city happen, and very few complications, good cooperation with everybody. Matter of fact, I used the police department today to rearrange the office. And
That's because
fortunately,
they ruined it.
we suffered no injuries there, because everything is super heavy up there, but people have asked me what I'm gonna do. I don't know. I retired 15 years ago, never been without a job, so I don't know what a guy does in retirement. But I'm certainly gonna give it a good try. And thought crossed my mind today, borrowing a line from a general from 83 years ago, old mayors never die, they just fade away. Thank you all.
Make a motion to adjourn.
Been moved and seconded that we adjourn. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. Thank you, Joseph.